Alright, so it's time to continue with Groundskeeper Vern.
You came back? Don't you realize this place is doomed? You brought a means of dispelling the magic portal? And all of the ingredients? Let me see that. There is a problem. The final ingredient in the spell requires the soul stone of the leader of the goblin horde. The goblins have spoken fearfully of Lord Graustark. I suspect that whoever he is, he's lurking in the tower down the street. You should go, and only then, you should go and defeat this Lord Graustark, and collect his soul stone, the source of his magic. Only then can you use the incantation to dispel the portal. Return to me when you have done that impossible deed.
Impossible? Who does he think he's talking to? We do impossible. We always do impossible. What are you guys talking about? A silver chest with a shark key, I hope. Come on, please play key game. Game with key. Aw, man. Shock-a-lock. And a pixie treasure card. Not exactly a shock key, but oh well, it's good. But anyway, we're gonna go into the Crystal Tower in Pegasus Place.
Is it time already for my afternoon snack? I don't remember placing an order for Wizard, but you'll do.
I'll go after the Hobgoblin first. And those are the Pigswick Papers 1.0. The Pigswick Papers 2 are inside the area right before you get to battle with the tournament wizards, and the third one is in Tanglewood Way. Is this? Yeah, this is Pegasus Place, so that will be in Tanglewood Way. So, and the fourth one will be in the library archives. And it will tell you, it'll be very, very revealing when it says about these schools and what they're actually like. Because these schools are not the most trustworthy. They're insecure about their image because they know it's not up to snuff, so they project it onto other people. You can see that Ravenwood is the right way, and has been teaching its students to do things that are usually within the realm of reality in this world. And this place, not that it's completely delusional, but that it's very snobbish, and it just gives you bad vibes. Sora's strategy isn't super big, it's just to try to get up as many pips as possible and hit him at the end. That's all this is. So I'm gonna pass again. I don't think that Dream Shield got placed into my deck, but I don't even need it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's not enough. Definitely not enough. So we're gonna use it when we have one more.
You find a small, gleaming gem, shimmering with power. This must be the Soul Stone groundskeeper Vern spoke of. After his unceremonious dismissal from the Ravenwood School of Magic, Sir Bainbridge Pigswick devised a plan. He would create a school of his own, where his unorthodox and less common philosophy of magic would be taught. Pigswick squandered his inheritance and purchased a deserted, vine-covered city on the world of Wisteria. Where others saw a series of wrecked, vine-choked buildings, Pigswick saw a magnificent school of magical arts.
So this looks like greatness from small beginnings. But the story does not end there, of course. Now we will dispel this portal.
You follow the instructions in the incantation, using the items you gathered and the Soul Stone to power it. When you finish the incantation, the magic portal vanishes. No more goblins will come through it.
And we're defeating wood goblins for the other quest because apparently the boss, I thought he was next to wood goblin, but he was actually next to a hobgoblin. Shouldn't be too hard. These are easier to defeat. And hopefully they easily drop something that I need. Aw, man. No shears.
By the great tree, you've done it! Lord Graustark will trouble this street no longer. You should tell Headmistress Crisp the wonderful news. Be proud of what you've accomplished.
Now I have to collect some shears, and hopefully I do it this time. because of that, it won't do enough damage to kill. Oh no, what's happened? What's happened? Shoot. It glitched out. What do I do? So just wait a second. It won't be that bad. Just wait for the battle to end. So, yeah. What's happening with the display capture? I don't get it. There we go. So I'm just gonna switch it whenever it gets to something that I deem a problem. And it works. Hooray! Okay, now we'll talk to
Now
Groundskeeper
that
Vern.
you have those shears back, an idea presents itself. If you have a bit of elbow grease and some time to spare, I could greatly use some of your help. The vines sprouting all over Pegasus Place need to be trimmed back, and I'm too weary to face them. Could you take my lucky shears and trim back 3 unwanted vines? I've tied a kerchief to them. Come back when you're done.
This time I'm going to use a marker. I want to get back pretty quickly. Make sure to use the shears wisely. We'll do that. Using them here. And using them here. Maybe there are vines down here? Maybe they'll spawn back in. Oh, there's another vine. And we're gonna go back. Like I said, those mana things are a waste.
The street looks much better for your efforts, I can tell you. You've shown a real knack for gardening, and you're already in possession of my magic shears. So I have a proposal. There are a few shrubs on the street that need to be trimmed back and shaped, but I've got to admit I'm stumped. I usually have great ideas for what to do with them, but I've exhausted my repertoire. Can you give them a try? Just go to the shrubs and do your magic. Think of something amazing and the shears will do the rest of the work.
I don't really know where these things are located. They must be located past the portal? No? There they are. There's one of them. But if you don't want to trim them all, what you can do is you can wait for one to untrim, as if it's respawning, and do it that way. And the portal's gone still. But I think if you leave the area and come back, the portal is still here. I'm glad I caught that. The screen freezing, it's done that a little bit.
Amazing work. You have a real knack for this.
Nice. Now we have to go and talk to Belladonna Crisp. Our level is increased to 37, and we're making a lot of progress in this game. It felt slow in Marleybone, but we're starting to put a few moves together.
What's that? You've impressed me. Maybe you've been able to learn a thing or two about magic, despite your training. Though your aid in the Pegasus Place matter is appreciated, it will not affect your participation in the tournament. Speaking of, it is time for you to report to Mrs. Dowager. The first round of magical dueling is about to commence. You must accept my apology for the delays with the tournament. They're readying some of the dueling halls for the matches. In the meantime, perhaps you can make yourself useful. Our librarian, Hugo Chatterley, is in need of assistance. Please visit the library when you're able, and ask Mr. Chatterley if he can find some use for you.
Why, hello again. I hope you've had a relaxing time settling in. Look at the time. The tournament should commence soon. Oh, but I've yet to give the students copies of the tournament rules. Could you be a dear and help me out? I need you to go give copies of the rules to each of the competitors. Here is one for your own use, and copies for Beatrice Wildwind, Kisai Shugenja, Nalia Dunstrider, and Randolph Spellshine. You can find them all in the student dormitory. Return to me when you've given them their tournament rules. If I might trouble you for a bit more of your time, I was wondering if you could help me find some wayward students. They are being disciplined, but snuck out of the study hall they were told to stay in while they did their homework. They call themselves the Brunching Club. I've looked throughout Pigswick. They must be in Pegasus Place or Tanglewood Way. Their names are Kelsey Dreamslinger, Michael Engelgrinder, Diora Skyflower, and Flynn Silvermorn. Return here after finding them.
Bravo! I was hoping someone would be assigned to help me out. So much to do. One of my student assistants has gone missing while venturing into the stacks, our archives. I sent Deirdre Nightrose in to fetch a textbook for me, but she has yet to return. Could you go look for her? I'm sure Deirdre has just gotten lost, but help her out if she's run into trouble. See if you can bring the textbook back as well. You could do me quite a service and round up some overdue library books from several of my less conscientious students. According to my records, these students have overdue books. Martin Bellwether, Blaze Flamerender, and Randolph Spellshine. They are likely in the student dormitory or elsewhere on campus. Find them, get those books back, and return them to the library.
So now we're just here doing boring questing.
My apologies. I had forgotten I had this checked out.
I've been so busy helping Master Glendemming with the tournament, I neglected to return that. Sorry.
I don't see what the big deal is. I would have returned that book when I got around to it.
The tournament rules? Thank you. It'll be great to duel. I can't wait to see what you've got. Can you help me with something? I lost my diary while I was sightseeing on Pegasus Place, and I'd like it back. I went to look around, but I suspect that one of the wood goblins took it. Can you go to Pegasus Place and get it back?
Most excellent. I was concerned about the lack of formalities. I will now meditate on the coming duel. Muda's smile upon you.
You have my thanks. It is wise for them to enforce rules to this tournament. Best for the safety of all.
Rules? I don't need any stinking rules. I've got this tournament in the bag.
Sure you do. Sure, man. It's weird, there's no music or soundtrack inside your dorm. It's weird. I wish they would add some.
Are you here about the false gold? Most disturbing that someone from Pigswick would stoop to such larceny. I have done business today with Professor Anku, Kisai Shugenja, Blaze Flamerender, Sergeant Harvey, and Danetta Sunscroll.
You've come about the counterfeit gold coins, yes? Good to see someone is paying attention to this terrible crime. I have done business today with Danetta Sunscroll, Randolph Spellshine, and Eloise Clockwarden. One of them is the guilty one.
And you'll notice that Danetta Sunscroll's name comes up twice. So it will come up again in this one.
Headmistress Crisp is sending students to do her detective work? Foreign students, no less. How strange.
That's racist.
At any rate, today has been a slow day. The only business I've done was with Professor Drawers and Danetta Sunscroll.
And there we go. We have deduced the person behind it. But we're gonna go and talk to Thaddeus Price. See what he wants.
If it isn't one of our distinguished visiting students, I was wondering if you could help me with a small matter. If you find yourself on Tanglewood Way, could you take a small sample of water from the Piggle Fount near the entrance? I have some concerns about the quality of the water, and none of my students are willing to help me out.
Because I wonder why. Because they're so lazy. They're lazy students. We're holding off on doing the Deirdre thing until after every single thing is complete.
I shouldn't even be in the brunching club. I was just bored and needed the extra study time.
Did Mrs. Dowager send you? Fun is over. I suppose I'd better be heading back.
I snuck away just to see if Mrs. Dowager noticed we were gone. I'll head back now.
Sure you did. And as you can see, they do respawn, so they head back, but they stay there.
I joined the brunching club to meet interesting people, but all we seem to do is sneak out of study hall.
As you can see, there's a dungeon here. But we cannot access it at the current moment. I forgot what you need to do to get here. I've never been in this dungeon either. So, yeah.
Thank you. Now that that little matter is out of the way, we can get started. It is what you came here for, after all. Oh, good. You rounded them all up and got them safely back to their studies. I would give you a cookie if I had any. Before you compete for the Spiral Cup, there is a time-honored tradition students have when they want good luck for a test. You should go into the tournament hall and knock on the Spiral Cup. It rings like a bell. But now it is time for your first magical duel. Off now, and good luck.
So... we come in here, and we realize there's no Spiral Cup.
The Spiral Cup is missing. How could that be? Maybe Benedict Glendemming knows what has happened.
There you are. I noticed the Spiral Cup was missing, and I wanted to see how you would react to that. This is quite suspicious. With the Spiral Cup missing, the tournament will be a mockery. Pigswick Academy will be known as the school that lost the prize. You should inform Mrs. Dowager about this. She will know what to do.
The what is what? Do not worry overmuch. I am certain that the Spiral Cup will turn up sometime soon. It must just be a terrible mistake. If it was taken deliberately, it was undoubtedly the work of someone attempting to discredit Pigswick Academy. No matter. Even without the cup, the tournament must continue without delay. Please report to Benedict in the tournament hall to start.
Alright, so we'll do that. But we're going to do this in the next video. So, take care.
Mrs. Dowager is right. The Spiral Cup is but a prize. What is important is the skill and courage that wins it. We will see about finding the cup in due course. But now, it is time for your duel. You are matched against Kisai Shugenja, our representative from Mushu. You must face one another in the Hall of the Hydra. Return here when the duel has a winner.
See you later.